All right. Let's get ripping and roaring. We got the Knights on a tear up against the Cubs, also on a tear. After both teams won the first round series in 7 games, they rolled over their opponents. On the other side, Mariners took out the Dodgers and took out the Memphis Blues. Pretty impressive shit. Mets swept the White Sox, went to 7 in Philly. They won. We have 3 first-time winners eventually on the board. Let's not waste any time. Good luck, and off we go. I'm sure we'll have to do some surgery here. Yes, we will. Okay, there's that one. Vegas comes out hot. Scotty Field and Brandon Hankey. Hankey murdering the Pirates. Not MVP. Go. An error allows a runner to score for the Mets. Wow, not a great way to start. Just about done with the surgery. There we go. All right. God, it looks like the numbers look like shit and everything when you take out that gray, but I don't know. I think that gray is so ugly to look at. Right? Maybe it's not that bad when they're this big, actually. No, it's awful. Never mind. Guess we live with the others. Don't know why they didn't keep it at that green. That shit was easy to filter out. Jake Ellis with a 3-run bomb for Seattle. Makes it 3-1. Fortunately, I gotta zoom a little bit. I've got my kids stopping by in about 20 minutes. I don't want to have all 4 games done at that time, so we're going to speed it up a little bit. Apologies, fellas. Listen to that sax. Doo-doo-doo. Here come the Cubbies. Parker Egan scores 2 with a single sac fly. Gives the Cubs the lead in the 4th inning. Seattle adding more here with a Jake Fornicola single, and then Lawrence Day singles. A balk scores Mucciolo. It's 6-2. Mets add 1 to get within 3. Cubs adding some insurance here after Scotty Field hit a 2-run jack. To take the lead, Garcia tripled in Evans and Fuego Sablo. Oh, here come the Mets. Oh my God, the Knights. Scotty Field with a grand slam reflips the lead again. He has 7 RBIs. Wow, what a player. Can't count the Cubs out, though. Burnaby singles in 1. They're only down by 3. Mets scored only 1 there on a D'Acuna single. They're within 2. Okay, he's going to be here a lot sooner than I thought, so I'm just going to have to go AFK for 5 minutes when he shows up. So you guys will just have to suffer. Mucciolo and Day. Back-to-back singles retakes the 4-run lead for the Mariners. They have the bases loaded with 1 out here looking to bust it wide open. Jake Ellis at the plate. He strikes out. Big spot. Mets hold. They keep within 4 runs. The top of the 8th in Chicago. Vegas leading by 2, and top of the 7th, Seattle up by 4. Mets out hitting Seattle. Seattle getting 8 runs on 10 hits. Vegas 10 on 11. Are you kidding me? That is some efficiency, I tell you what. Top of the 9th. Better slow it down here. Bottom of the 9th for the Cubs, down by 2. Castrejón, the closer, comes in for Vegas. Burnaby leads off with a single of tying runs at the plate in DH Ellen Hundley. He strikes out. Here's Fuego Sablo. Had a hell of a postseason so far. He doubles! Second and third, the winning run comes to the plate, and Parker Egan, he's 2 for 4 with 2 ribs today. Double play not in the equation. Oh my god! He grounded into a fielder's choice. They got him at home. Why are you running, you dumb fuck? And it's over. Oh my god, bro. Why would you go for home when you're down by 2? Dumb shit. This will crush trades. I disagree. Top of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th, Mets down to their final out, still trailing by 4. Is a final. Oh, hold the phone. I am missing. What the fuck is happening here? I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with it. We're gonna leave it as is. Okay, yeah, no shit. Scotty Field, Musciolo, and Garcia. Players of the name Scotty, 4 for 5 with 2 homers, 7 ribbies to his name. Excuse me. Oh no. Alright, let's go to game number 2. RJ Luther on the mound had that epic 14K performance. I almost hit finish today. Been bad, I think. I like how everybody went from posting in the thread on the poll to now posting to the channel, and now it's fucking turning into a clusterfuck. Still have 5 people to vote. Mets out to a 3-zip lead. Tony Williams and Euros Campos with a single and double makes it 3-zip. Josiah Evans gets the Cubs on top first. Fair doubles in Egan, and then a 3-run jack from Vanegas. It's 5-zip. Make it 6-zip. Holy moly. Cubs coming out swinging here in game 2. But as we saw, Vegas can go psycho in 1/2 inning, so can't count them out quite yet. It's only the 4th. Judge doubles in Gamage. 4-zip for the Mets. Nothing really cooking since the 3rd inning here. Both games in the bottom of the 8th. Home team is just kind of rolling along. Is a final. Mets shutout. Well, Scotty Field takes away the shutout at least. That's something, I guess, but not enough. As we now have a split series for both sides of the ball. Okay, my kid is almost here, so we're just gonna take a little break here. Let me just put this. I don't know why the fuck it's so massive, but you know what? It's fine with me. Okay, I'll be back in like 5, maybe 10 minutes at the most, if anybody's even listening to this shit. And not arguing in the polls and info channel, saying some goofy ass shit. Anyway, be right back. Or be back in about 5 or 10. All right, break over. Here we go. Dixonbaugh with a solo shot puts Vegas on top. Battle strikes first with a sack fly from Mr. Chison. Scoring Mucciolo. Mucciolo again. Singles in. Doc Curtis. 2-0. Fair ties the game with a single scoring Parker Egan. Brandon Hankey with a 3-run jack. He has turned it on the Jets and not turned them off. The beginning of the DCS. Big ol' Sablo doubles in Evans, cutting the lead down to 4-2. RJ Luther. Oh no, excuse me. That was last game. It's Theodore Ozempic pitching right now for Seattle. 5 innings shutout so far. Vegas adding some insurance here in the 6th. Rodriguez singles in Scotty Field. First two on with only one away for the Mets at the top of the 6th, but Elton Briggs grounds into a double play. Here come the Cubs. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Excuse me, 1 out. A single from Garcia, a double from Sablo, a sack from Egan. The game is tied. Mucciolo doubles in Lucas. They have runners in 2nd and 3rd with only 1 down, looking to bust it open here. Get a no-doubter. These Cubs just will not go away, man. Both these teams, Cubs and Vegas, they can just come out of nowhere with a bunch of runs all of a sudden. There goes the shutout for Ozempic as a solo bolo from Tony Williams. Gets the Mets on the board. They trail by 3. Top of the 8th in both games, leadoff double for Bradford Strong for the Mets. How soon are we going to see Stalnaker? He can go multiple innings. That's the other game. I'm fucking stupid. Never mind. Oh my god, they get nothing with runners on the corners. Need a trail by 3. Vegas with 2 guys on and only 1 away. We better slow it down here. Pinch hitter Davis into the game for Vegas. He lines into a double play. Oh, no. Top of the ninth, Mets trailing by 3. Down to their final out quickly. Wade Paulson in looking to shut things down. Closer into the game for the Knights, Castrejón. He gives up a leadoff walk to Sablo. Not a good idea. A 2-out double for Campos puts the tying run on deck, and a 2-run shot from Bob Breeder gets them within 1, but that will be all. Paulson makes it interesting. Egan sacrifices Pablo up to third. A single puts runners on the corners for Antoine Ferrer. He's usually hurt by this point in the playoffs. Not this time! And the Cubs take 2 in the top of the ninth. With a double, Ferrer moves to third on the throw home. Ninth inning heroics. Have the Cubs up by 2. Potentially 3 here if that runner sitting on third, Vanegas. Make it 4 as he puts one in the seats. There's your insurance runs, baby. Is this Roland McKnight? No way. Oh my god, Roland McKnight pitching for the McKnights. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Bottom of the ninth. Vegas all of a sudden trailing by a grand slam. They're going to need some runners to start off. No, quickly 2 outs here from Stanley. A 1-2-3 inning, and the Cubs will come from behind to steal. They came all the way from behind, right? Vegas was up 4-1 in the third, 5-2 in the fifth. And the Cubs scored 7 unanswered runs, including 4 in the ninth inning. Take a 2-1 lead. Head to the final game of this stream. There will be plenty more baseball today, though. Saturday is Zoomin' Day. We'll finish the RCS likely this morning, hopefully, depending on how things go here. We will get to the SCS later today and have our Shabos tomorrow. Theodore Ozemek, aka Ozempic, Vanegas, and Brandon Hankey, your players of the day. Alright, final game of this morning. Seattle leads the series 2-1. Cubs lead 2-1 after stealing that one away. Both road teams with 2 guys on, but nothing for the Cubs as Vanegas grounds into a double play, and then a 1-2-3 right after that. So looked a bit dangerous, but in the end, nothing. Bases jack for Jake Ellis. He singles in 2. Seattle on the board early. Looking to go back across country with that 3-1 lead. All these teams are fairly far away from each other, right? Chicago's not that close to New York. Obviously, Seattle and Vegas are on the west. Even Seattle and Vegas aren't that close to each other, I think. Runners on the corners with nobody down. Now, bases loaded, nobody down here for Jose Maria Caban. I don't think we've seen his name at all in the scoring plays, and he lines into a fucking double play. Oof. That hurts if you are a Vegas. That feels like a rally killer. Bases loaded, nobody out. You can't get a single run across. Woof. Vegas on the board. Wyatt Hicksonbaugh doubles in 2, and Rodriguez singles him in. It's 3-0. 3-0 for both home teams. There is the no-hitter broken up. I didn't want to say a word. Briggs got walked. Oh! Ian Robertson goes from pitching a no-hitter to now losing the game. While he's not in line for the loss, it's a no decision for him. Oh my God! 3-run jack by Reeder. Furtado with a solo shot. DeCunha with a solo shot. Going from getting no hit to scoring 5 runs out of nowhere. The Mets are up 5-3. What the hell? Here come the Cubs. 2 on, nobody out. Bases loaded. And they're tying the game with a base clearing triple from Garcia. That's added another one in the top of the 9th, by the way. 6-3 now. Bear with a double in. Oh my God. Okay, we gotta slow this down. Hold on. Bear with a double to give the Cubs a lead, but then Brandon Hankey once again singles to tie it. Scotty Field with a sac fly makes it 5-4 for Vegas. They claw back and now take the lead. Mets do take the victory, splitting the series, giving themselves a best of 3 with 2 games at home. First 2 guys aboard for the Cubs here in the top of the 8th. Sabalo grounds up and it moves the runners over to second and third. Fielder's choice. No, oh, they get nothing. Wow. Vegas looking for some insurance, I'm sure. Jeremiah Rodriguez leads off with a single. Also grounds up, but that moves him up to second. JMC, didn't I just say we haven't seen his name at all? He doubles in Rodriguez for a big insurance run here. Roker? Wendell Roker, the great-grandson of Al Roker. Elliott steals second to take the double play out of it. Hankey gets hit. They're tired of his shit. So they give him the old Plunkerino. That does load the bases, though, but it does put the force on. Could have given them the free pass, but decided to give him one in the leg. Lyndon Davis grounds into a double play. So Vegas picks up 1. Top of the 9th, Cubbies trailing by 2. Leadoff man aboard in Garcia. Pettit into the game. I think he's a defensive replacement, but they're losing, so that's probably not something should have happened. Maybe I'm wrong. When Celis Petit strikes out swinging, Antoine Fair. He had the big hit yesterday. Roland McKnight into the game for the Knights. And he gets a game-ending double play. And ladies and gentlemen, that means we have 2 series tied at 2-2 apiece. Home team advantage looking pretty spicy here. Ian Robertson went from no-hitting to getting a no decision. Actually, none of those runs were given to him. That's incredibly sad. Chet Clay and Randall Lara. All right. That is all she wrote. Make sure I got these games correct. Yes, sir. Okay, there it is. That'll be the end of the stream for now. Again, we'll be back later today for sure. Unless something crazy happens, but we're not going to put that out in the open. Best of 3 for both teams. See you later.